Hi! Hi peeps! Right, now, today I'm currently in the process of drinking some tea. And I'm going to prune the peach tree. Now, I spoke a lot about this peach tree, and I'm fond of the tree. In fact, I like it immensely, and I like the peaches as well, but needs to be pruned. So if you have a look round here, yeah, you see all this. By the way, we're experiencing some high winds still. I really don't know what's going on round here. I mean, wind constantly, constant wind. Seriously, and it's just like days and days and days and days of wind. Anyway, now peach trees are best pruned when you see the sort of pink colour on the buds just before they burst, or just as they burst. When you see the tinge of pink, this is the best time to prune them. Now, as you can see, Dan has missed that because they're in flower form. But I need to prune this tree. I truly do need to prune the tree because it's going to burst out of this polytunnel soon. Now, if you're new to this channel, why is Dan growing a peach tree in a polytunnel? Because a tree, you know, will get too big for the polytunnel. It's to avoid peach leaf curl, okay? I've got a video, how to avoid peach leaf curl, how to prevent peach leaf curl, rather. So you may check that one out should you wish. However, a quick sorry. What's it called? Peach leaf curl in a nutshell, basically, is in the dormant months when the temperature goes below 16 degrees C and then the tree proceeds to get wet. This is when you will be getting problems with peach leaf curl. So keeping it in a polytunnel or greenhouse, keeping it dry, will more than likely stop it getting wet, thus prevent the peach leaf curl. Of course, it mustn't be a heated greenhouse or polytunnel because they need a period of dormancy in order to ripen. So, I'm just trying to, right, I'm going to put that down there, look, in the compost. Now, so, how am I going to get started? Now, what I'm doing is I'm looking for dead bits, and I'll show you, right? Dead bits, like these, look. You don't want them. So I'm cutting off dead bits. Right. Dan is looking for dead bits on the peach tree. And Dan is simply removing those. Dead wooding, right? You don't want it. You're not going to get peaches off it, obviously. It looks horrible. Disease. You don't want them, right? Now, what else am I doing? More dead bits here. Look. Dead bits. Goodbye. Down here, dead bits. Now, moving. Whoops. Sorry. Hang on. I'm just going to show you down here. Look. So I can't get too close because it's congested in here. Now, at the bottom, because trees are generally propagated by a method called grafting, okay? And now the peach tree here, this is the peach tree graft, yeah, onto the rootstock, which helps to control the eventual size of the tree. Now, these here are from the rootstock. So I'm, oh dear, I'm going to get the old camera and show you closer. Right, so there you go. Have I got some sort of on the screen here? So I'm just cleaning the screen. Looks a bit fuzzy. Yes. So rootstock there. Okay. And here would have been the bud or the graft. Just there. Now, these are coming from the rootstock, and I don't want those. They are going to drain energy from the tree. They're not going to be what the graft or the bud is. Fruit trees are generally propagated by grafting or budding. Okay, grafting where which you would graft a scion of your intended variety onto the rootstock, budding, where you put a bud, and then the bud would later grow on to be what the chosen fruit variety would be. I've got playlists on grafting, so check that one out. Yeah, so I'm going to cut these off because they're coming from the rootstock, nothing to do with the Dixie Red variety, so they are coming off. Right, so here I am, look, I'm just getting these out of here. There must be some kind of way out of here. So you pull them out like that, look. Don't want them. Right, there you go, you see them, look. Dan is going to try to surreptitiously move himself through the thin chasm from whence he came and remove the remnants of the rootstock that Dan does not want. Whoops. Right, now, this is going to go outside and I'm going to be sorting these out all in good time. You see? Dan is never late when he gardens. He gardens precisely when he means to. Right, okay, now, so basically you can see there are other issues with this peach tree. What do you think they are? Well, what they are is the fact that it's soon going to be escaping through the roof. So what I'm going to do is just remove... Oh, I don't want to cut that off. Look, it's a fruit. See, this is the thing. Sometimes, right, it's difficult because you know that you're going to be cutting things off, right, which are fruit. And cutting fruit off, you know, it goes against all instinct, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, you know, I don't want a dirty great hole in the middle of my polytunnel. Eventually this tree would break out of here and, you know, I mean, there's provided, I mean, imagine it. I mean, how many flowers do you think there are on here? There's got to be well over 100. I mean, imagine it if just half of them, just half, produce fruit. Be absolutely outstanding, won't it? You know, I mean, this has been a massive cropper, this tree, and I'm so pleased with it. You know, ever since I bought it, new word. Ever since I did that, I bought it. It's been a brilliant tree, and I mean, it's making me feel seasick in here, all of this wind. So basically what I'm doing is I'm not being overly fastidious about this. I'm basically cutting it so that it still fits in the tunnel, and I'm slowly planning on how I'm going to do this. But my main concern for today was getting the... So peach trees fruit on 1-year-old wood. So you want to be removing wood that's too old, and you want to be removing basically must fit in here. So if any of you are planning on getting a peach tree and you live in a climate like the UK, it's wise if you don't try to prove everybody else wrong and try and just stick one outside and hope for the best, because the chances are the thing will succumb to peach leaf curl, which gets worse year on year. So there's several options. You know, you can grow one in a polytunnel greenhouse like this, or you can have like a pot grown tree where which you put it away into like a polytunnel or a greenhouse, or say you know, an unheated shed or whatever for the winter months to stop it getting rained on. You could do it that way, or you can grow one outside and cover it up during the winter months so it doesn't get wet, or you could grow it as a fan against the wall and cover it up again during the winter months. So, you know, peaches can be grown here in the UK, as you can see, and you know, I've got numerous videos on my channel showing this tree and the huge crops just get in here, the huge crops that this has actually carried. You know, cash and carry peach. I mean, it really has sort of done well in here, and I love it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy its company immensely. You know, it's beautiful, and you can have the same. Dixie Red happens to be an American variety of peach, and I'd never even heard of the variety, to be honest. I was going to get like a traditional UK variety, like Rochester, I think it is, or something like that. But I got this one simply because I think I got this from Blackmore Nursery, and they didn't have any, you know, traditional variety in stock, and I really just wanted to buy a peach tree because I just wanted one. And that's Dixie Red. Never heard of it before, but I looked at it and, you know, I gave it a whirl, and it's been great. Really, really has. So, as I stated, I'm not being too technical about this. You know, pom fruits, by that I mean like apples and pears, you prune during dormancy. But things like plums, you prune after the fruit has set, right? After the fruit has set. So that's generally like May time. Otherwise, you can introduce things like silverleaf disease. Peaches, you know, you can obviously peach leaf curl is their biggest problem, but other fungal conditions as well. So they respond best if you prune them about, you know, the time when you just see the oh, what am I doing? When you just see the pinkness on the buds just before they're about to burst their bubbles. So yeah, I'm having a trim up here. Look, it's really making me seasick, all this jazz up here. I'm looking up here, and what's happening is it's moving as I'm looking up here, and I'm just wondering what's going on. Do 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 do. Da 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 do do do. Do 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 do. That was that Mary J. Blige and George Michael song, wasn't it, from the late 90s? I really don't know what's making me think of that. So anyway, yeah, so I'm working through the tree. I've got a little bit more I'm going to prune off up there. I've sorted that bit out, cut it round. As I stated, I'm not going to be too vigorous with it because now they're only sort of spindly shoots. They won't cause any damage to the polytunnel. At least I hope they won't. But and also the fact that I haven't got the you probably know this, haven't got the heart to take too much more off. What's this? That's got to go. That's a dead bit. Like that. So yeah. And all I'm doing is just scouring the tree, looking for any bits that look dead. I mean, really, this is very bad of me. You shouldn't, on peach trees or any, you know, fruit tree, really, if possible, you shouldn't be leaving, you know, leaves that have fell from last year or whatever. But if you see any, oh come on, focus in at the back there. If you see anything, you know, like that, like leaves like this, look, you can just take this opportunity whilst you're having a look at the tree to peel them off, take them off. I'm going to be sorting this little bit at the back out here as well, because that's a bit close. There we go. It's a bit, I know it's got flowers on it, but it's a bit close to the side for me, so I've decided to take them off and just finish off a bit more there. So yeah, do you want to have a look at some of the blossoms? Oh, a fly there, look at that. Don't they look lovely, the blossoms? They're self-fertile, by the way. This is self-fertile variety. So, in case, you know, you're wondering how does pollination occur in here, whatever, they produce fruit on from their own pollen. So yeah, they're very nice there. So anyway, now I thought I would show you something. I can't go outside really and walk around there because it's too blowy and it'd be horrible. A bit like that video the other day with that silver birch sap. But anyway, so I'm going to put the old camera back in here, look. Come on. Sorry about this. Yep. Yep. Anyway, right now, I've been looking through my seeds, Dan's seeds. Now, a friend of mine is from Romania. Got, you know, I've got more than one friend from Romania, but one of my other friends, anyway, whatever. Royal Fantasy F1. Now, I've got some really cool seeds. I thought I'd let you have a look at these. Look at that. Don't they look cool? Now, apparently, in Romania, there is a very successful watermelon industry. Isn't that fantastic? You know, we don't know that much about it over here. I didn't anyway, but I do now. So, yeah, apparently Romania, they're famous for growing huge, incredibly sweet, tasty, beautiful watermelons, which, as you know, is right up my street. But, yeah, so look at this other one. I can't pronounce this. If you're a Romanian person, CF1. Sigzetsepi F1. It's another one. And I've got some more other seeds. Look at these. These look cool, don't they? Look at that. Oh, it's the wind. I can hear things blowing around outside. Breaking. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, so these really cool tomatoes here. More crimson sweet. Oh, I think I've seen these in supermarkets. Look at these tomatoes. These are going to be cool. I'm going to set... Don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be setting... Oh, these look nice. Bakovia. So, yeah. All sorts going on, and so much to do, particularly at this time of year, you know, when one is getting sort of planning for the garden season ahead. And what I'm trying to do is to be very streamlined in my approach this year, because, you know, in previous years I've done some absolutely crazy stuff gardening wise, and I've ended up with so... I don't want to pierce this polytunnel with these secateurs. Secateurs? I better not say secateurs, had I? Yeah, so I'm trying to be a bit more restrained this year when it comes to what... Oh, it's really making me feel seasick when that moves up there. I'm growing more quality and less quantity, and my squashes, remember them squashes I set? They are looking cool, man. They are big, and now it's meant to warm up next week, and I might, I mean, I've grown so many of them, I might intend to I might think about putting some watermelons out here. So anyway, I'm now going to go and see what's going on outside. All I can hear is this wind and everything being smashed up out there. So who knows? I might go out there to find out my gate's blown down. Oh, look at that little peach look from last year. So yeah. Anyway, you see this peach tree now. You wait to see how good this is going to be in a few months when it's loaded with juicy, peachy little fruits. Okay then, as always, if you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Any questions, comments, what's it, whatevers, what loads, what fair after flowers, put them down below and we'll have a chat. All the best! I'm going to go in, up and away. Take care.